You are God, not come to compare. You heal my wounds and you give me hope every day. You prepare a table in the presence of many meals. You simply laugh and show me the path to Baba.
Supposed to make us better and not to bring division amongst us. Whatever you think, speak or do, put man.
Have the tendency to do a number of things to endanger public safety, to raise tensions, and even to undermine the sanctity of the ongoing process. And so the government of Ghana believes it's important to make some comments as a government, and that's why we've disturbed your evening. I'm sure you'd have been doing your coverage and doing your analysis in your studios by now. I just want to recap a few of the key comments that candidate Mahama has made this evening, which the government of Ghana believes that it needs to respond to. The first is that, as I mentioned earlier, for the first time, a candidate, a presidential candidate, is claiming that his party has gained what he describes as parliamentary majority. And then they go into some discussion about electing the speaker and a few other things, but that's a different conversation. But the point is that we have a candidate, a presidential candidate, who is now publicly making the comment that his party has secured a parliamentary majority. He's also calling on his supporters to jubilate. We clearly understand that to be a dog whistle for people to get out on the streets. That is what is transpiring here. Number three, he's also making comments to undermine the work of state institutions, including the Electoral Commission and the military. And the government needs to respond to these at this particular moment. He's also making comments aimed at attacking the work of the Ghanaian media in this election, attacking your reportage and your analysis and other things that you are doing. And we think it's important that these matters are responded to right now, especially at this time in the election. And he's making false allegations that the military, the work of the Ghanaian media in this election, attacking your reportage and subvert the will of the Ghanaian people. So we will speak specifically to some of these issues, and then we will take questions and respond to them. Now, first of all, the claim by candidate Mahama that his party has won parliamentary majority is false. That claim is false. Anybody who has followed Ghana's electoral process knows that they are returning claim by candidate Mahama that his party has won parliamentary majority is false. That claim is false. Anybody who has followed Ghana's electoral process knows that they are returning officers at the 275 constituencies. That's different from the returning officer for the presidential election. These returning officers collate the results and make a formal declaration of who has won the constituency. The Ghanaian media is littered across all 275 constituencies and their collation centers. You are the ones who are reporting this election. If indeed anybody has gained 140 seats in parliament by now, you will know. Wouldn't you know? You will clearly know. So we do not think that, first of all, it lies in any candidate's mouth. Yes, we understand the political parties and their campaigns throw out numbers and explain where they are in their own coalition, etc. We've seen pictures from both sides and press tours. But a claim by Mr. Mahama that his party has won parliamentary majority is false. You, the media, are observing at all the 275 coalition centers across the country. And I'm sure you yourself can confirm, as at now, that they do not have a parliamentary majority. So it is important that at this point in time, this claim be shut down, so that the Ghanaian public, some of whom may be going to bed tonight, the international community listening, doesn't start getting that idea that Mr. Mahama's party has won a parliamentary majority. I think the figures as are being collated by the Electoral Commission and being declared are quite clear. The last one I saw the media putting out, not what we the parties have, the media putting out, was about 227 constituencies. And the on the streets and jubilate. Now, first of all, we are the countryside, largely, this call has not been heeded because the Ghanaian people are discerning and can see through some of the, games on election night that candidates play. But we think it must be categorically said that it is utterly irresponsible and it flies in the face of good conduct and even the peace pact that the candidates signed a few days ahead of the election. I want to show you the true nature of some of these candidates. The peace pact that the candidates signed, I think President Akufo-Addo, Mr. Mahama, I think there were other parties that got a rep or so to sign, witnessed by the Chief Justice of the Republic. It says that you acknowledge and you commit to the following. A, that the remaining rounds of campaign sequel to the general election shall be conducted with decorum. B, that we shall monitor and keep in check the excesses of our supporters as and when they get out of line. Now you have candidates rather egging their supporters on after they have signed this peace pact, egging their supporters on to jubilate. And I'm explaining to you that nobody is a kid in this country. That is dog whistle for get out there and celebrate. They go on that they hereby commit themselves and supporters to continue to conduct their campaigns in a peaceful manner, that they undertake to accept the results of the election and concede to the winner accordingly. Then they commit to a number of things in it. After signing this, you now have candidate Mahama himself.
FM Sanso and Aoti and Kessben 92.9 FM Kessben Television and all our social media platform no and so Ote yanka ojumede so we a Ministry of Information and I say omaso in ekopium na Minister of Information Kodwo Opon.
Number 3. As you are aware, Ghana has had about 8 successful elections since the 1992 Constitution was rolled out. The Electoral Commission has a proven track record of successfully conducting elections. This EC has come under a barrage of criticisms from this particular candidate. But as we can all attest to, so far, the exercise of this election has generally, the part conducted by the EC has generally been smooth. No candidate should at this stage get into this exercise of seeking to undermine the work of the EC. It is most irresponsible and it would endanger the peace of this country. Now, another matter worth speaking to is the attack on the media. Again, if you listen to the candidate's commentary and the commentary by, I think, the General Secretary of his party immediately following afterwards, they are now attacking the Ghanaian media, that you are now in the business of churning out fake results. I'm sure you heard that you are now in the business of churning out fake results. Everybody knows that the media in Ghana, independent, experienced in observing elections at collation centers, does the simple exercise of bringing in the numbers and doing the analysis. And this election, let's commend the Ghanaian media. Many of you have invested in software that allows you to do interesting analysis, do comparisons, etc. You are beginning to notice, just like what the outgoing president of the US of A has been doing. Candidate Mahama is now suggesting that the numbers that the Ghanaian media are churning out and the collation that the Ghanaian media is beginning to do, which you have done in previous elections, are false and are fake. And we think that, again, it is important to call it out. This is not the first time that you see a candidate begin to make such allegations when they know something that maybe the rest of the population don't know. And that's why I cited the example of the US, where the US president, who is outgoing now, consistently been attacking the media as being fake news, enemies of the people, etc., etc. We're beginning to observe a bit of it here. And we think it's important not to let it slide, but to draw your attention to this. Now, again, another claim is being introduced into the conversation, and it's important to draw the country's attention to it, that Mr. Mohammed's party says that it has won majority of the regions, and therefore it can extrapolate that it ought to win the presidential election. For the avoidance of doubt, we need to remind everybody of what the rules of engagement are and what the facts are. The rules of engagement is in Article 63, Clause 3 of the Constitution 1992. And I'll read you just a little bit of it. It says, a person shall not be elected as the president of Ghana unless at the presidential election the number of votes cast in his favor is more than 50% of the total number of valid votes cast at the election. It has absolutely nothing to do with the regions that you claim or you purport to have won. The constitutional provision of who wins a presidential election is in Article 63, Clause 3. Please take time and read it and educate the Ghanaian public that if any candidate comes to tell you that he thinks that he has won a region which he thinks is big, therefore he should be the next president, or a collection of regions. Ghana's election is not an electoral college like what happens in the US. Ghana's election, in accordance with Article 63, Clause 3, is simple. You have to win 50% plus 1 of the votes for the presidential election. And so please, this misinformation or disinformation that is being introduced into the Ghanaian election as it goes on is important that we call it out so that the general public does not fall for it and begin to correlate that, oh, therefore, if this person wins X number of regions, then he should be declared president. No, there's an exercise for doing that, and that exercise, we understand, is being done by the Electoral Commission. In conclusion, the Electoral Commission has proven, I think over the last 8 elections, it has the capacity to do that which it's doing. We want to urge the general Ghanaian population and all other stakeholders to remain calm, to remain vigilant, yes, and to follow the EC's processes and the updates that the EC will give us, and not be moved by comments now by a presidential candidate to do otherwise. And this is what we believe the government ought to put out at this stage in the election tonight. I'll do a quick summary in tree, and then I will take your questions. If we're in church, I will say, and you are no adofo. And you may yada mo asese monya brena mo hia ye wa ha sei. Na mom ye frem wa ha e nsembe mienu miensa bi. Me fi ase no me kire mu se de enti a me na me gina ha kasa ne se me Minister of Information. But abatwe me so na me ye candidate. Kasa me kan enye partisan asem na me ka. Ghana ban e na e kasa e na esi me so se me e na me kasa ma Ghana ban. De enti a nyubre Ghana ban e ne oman ni di nkomo ne se presidential candidates ne baako Yewura Mahama ababonten be central phone hiem be donhwere baako ne fa ana be donhwere baako ni na okekansem bi ansem no aban susu enye MPP party aban and the entire meeting ne say there's a difference between me as candidate and me as Minister of Information for the Republic. Ghana aban susu say we say ye ka ho asem bi or say ono ne party enya majority of parliament or say ne supporters emfiase enyomani eno e kasa kwa de o kan so omuntin singu krom Ghana
and so e wotwi wa say yenya ne baka in fact yetimi e capture do kan e bia enti ye bebo no tofa e wotwi kasem na afi ye de adwenkyere no aba e de abram o man here dubu achi e da so e wo fia ha sanso e na doctor Owusu ansa e wa ha lawyer Ohini Jan e wa ha Frederick Echampong obi a wa ha the production team no wa ha se ne ye no no trinity ya yen nya cheswa yakase yebesum no yebesum inti egusuwa
wado the chief justice om yinade om sabe sha se ese sabre ya ye kwakoto abe ya na se abato brese eniem bia wachitafo krampo ya ebetumi di oye ni aba no wo krampo no wo de wonsa shekrata ase se wo betu omfo ahwema o mate asan mo manye sade se de yewura mahama nana one ne mpanimfo hye omachitafo kutupa se omonti insikum de ye de ne se omukan no se wo de wani hwe kruma obi anhye dan ne akire ye boga na fo abaso nemom e wo se ye bom kokko se sabre a yisi mpanimfo ke ko mo ne ma bom no so obi petu be catcher candidate petu be catcher se tisi krom ye ya emu ayuram kakra isan se ebetumi e the tension akosoro yeti asese campaigns mi no na woma na we afre central for na we afre central for no bi aka na sem na sa fi candidate na nkasa be kasa no anase ntinka we okan na nka o mampani akufo ado anase obi fufuro so candidate ne kasa kasa e the tension e be kosoro ebi o de ya wo ho krampo ni se sa wo ya wo supporters say na be ba no wadi nkugu a o makoma bete eno ade a ye bokoko etwe obi adwen e ba begina so se obeka ya Ghana ya to ababa ye mpren wotwe since I ba 1992 democratic dispensation yimo isi wa kire se onim nadwuma ye parties to mini nya asemba wa kire se onim nadwuma ye but se adwuma yi e koso sabre ye du ni mpempenso yi na candidate ankasa etutu bi mani easy no suggest okay can something say easy person dani figures no na soldier for crack ho ne ade no e ade wo say ye tudin ye tumre kire si no bia ho say enya asempa wo say obi a edi akire ebio se o cassette ya Ghanaian media say mo se entro na moody figures na mo bobo na entro na moody Ghana about ye di ye kire media imo na mo ba bia mutumi hwehwem na mutumi ebeka so ya kan wo polling station we di nkunim we di nkugo na mo akeka bom afia we kra de matoto computers ne software ye hwe twi ni brofo a mugina ho na mo point trotro wo so kire mo adwuma na konanim afa mo na yewura mahama kire se de amoka ne nye nokore ye pese obi ate ase se sa suban we eti se US man pani yewura Trump obedi nkugo no afi o central for no omno time oman no omno ye fake media ne nkeka ho ne ade ti obi ama ne ni na ho na sansem na yewura ma ama ne campaign ka fa central for ho no central for mabom ho modern sa election we say bone e wo se bom abaso na nye se etwemo abo so ansana maminka bibim fa sa allegations about the media about the military yewura ma ama wa Ghana man penida a former Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, the immediate past Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Ono na sabre otwe Ghana bambo for annual form. Ona sabre okika nsem so omo na omo dina collation centers ebo ama ewiem enye no kreba kokrada. Ye nyina enim nhihye ne mra eda election. Ukofa ballot boxer. Police for na soldier for wo ho kwan say omode their protocol friend the minimum amount of force and I say the requisite amount of force estopo nti so obi akofa ballot box na oma bonituo ana obi mu attack collation center na say police for ni soldier for a prevent them from getting there kwan say obekọ akogina say candidate na nkasa na press conference etwe military
Kessben Television and our Jumadi, we air our coverage of the year 2020 general elections. Zamarenfi say you do free polling stations, you do kopiemu our constituencies are hodwo at the report at the Ebremo. Sanso and our regional collation center and also near Koso who doing in the Ebremo. Marenfi say in Central ni Derek Kwambefi and so at Daso Ewon Kraya. The Bekoso Honomode Ebe Bre Yen Marenfi susu bio say Yegusu aye cheno yenim say easy. Mami Jen Mensa de betu dwase no num ena nkombeba be declare results no jibade ne koswa eno musa ede enkra breyen bio se bibinti ompese omunya abotre no omunya results ni nyina kan ni yie ansa na omatumi abe declare wa bra akinye ebia entumi emma ho na brepote obeba be declare no ade se onfan to yanim enti we Jane Mensa is coming soon. How soon we just don't know. Inti nyina egu atweyemu. Ni egu atweyemu ena Ghana mampanyi dada ne O2 Franca ede ama NDC. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Enso de nsem beto nsentrofo anim. Na san nsem ode beto nsentrofo anim. Ena Ghana ban na soye omo ena de nkitahudie ene ade ejina ban anim de ba abonten. Oswafo hwenkitahudie ni de ubosem so owura kodwo pon kroma enso de na nudisem aba betudwa na okiremu yie pa se kasa wo ken onyina NPP anam ena de sansem ni tudwa nemum ogina ban na nam se Ghana ban ena hwe Ghana so na de ekoso wo Ghana bia no Ghana ban ena da no nti aban no ena kasa. It is the government but not the party. Na amze nsem de obrobro so bebre aka brofo asa aka ne twi nti men sheda nchemu bebre but let me mamenko oman ho na mimisa no the latest development saying ononso ehuno the statement from the former president and the candidate of NDC and then the statement from the government of Republic of Ghana.
Frank Mamencha obi onwumre mejidi se ho ye
nko akunwani
na obo atuma akunyane nyo obi ade me jidi pa se na ehun behia se Ghana ban won se ye to aba na ye to aba ni wie na aba no twentwen so saa ya na chroma 13 sa no so a ya na yam hyehye wo ho obi nim enhwehwemu no ne entotoye na ekono de ntia wote se omampani John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampani dada ekase fake results no and say eya kamia say
also fake results from some media houses, right?
Eya kamia say I will say almost all the media houses projections on my is tilting towards one side.
Na projection no say bia yegusua yen na media house di actually from polling station constituency ni ade enti yesusu say na be no eno no enhaju
obi anu a wakase yesusu say na be
so mo project
omo kire say
omo do mani bua say no mu no
Franco figures na gu hono emu de na wo de ye ne achita ase kan kika bo mu de emu de na wo na manufacture emu de na ye ka bo mu no enye free polling station enye free constituency say eto no mo na say e say ayawa so west will gone MPP nya say NDC nya say ya everybody Kessben FM yentimi ko report to any other figure Adom UTV Media General Multimedia minim station na obetimi akeka se media figure menya waso ase no Muntakanya 32,000 and Sumama no 25.
What would you gain? Media house
you will be exposed big time because the moment I obey Sano Obiame who say and we are it's so vivid say a dampine Osha ba na enam ase ho na figures na ba egugu eti se koba se akoye te se fake dia menim fake kro dia to so mienu esre mpanimfo hwe aba no eye before, during and after, and the management of the after is all crucial. Sabre way no bia was say would dine when they say opasumdwe enya abana ye to ye na sabio ye nya pockets of incidents be there, but generally about so ni nyina koye samre way pa na was say penin bia na candiphobia extra say asumdwe abua na ye nyina ekonom ye no obi abedi so ede ai na ebeba say mehuri akase me madwi na ekoba say electoral commission ebe report ana obe declare anything other than the me kan no a na Franconero edome pa makatse Franconero say madwi aba enti meje Franconero je o man hinidi enti nyade a Franconero asema o kan me toto nase na electoral commission ba no obo aba fofra Franconero bede onte asemase a obeti esi abonte obeyesi yesisi me boss mempene ehonom na nsem ni nyina sha ase free ba ade ba ko a me won kakra ni Frank
oh my
say in all these press conferences you don't hear much about the presidential figures and how the presidential percentage being portrayed or churned out from the NDC's end. All that you hear now, parliamentary, I say, yen already kind. Now, Kojo upon Kromasi, and yen no credit. Now, mon central for, and I yen central for, yen kama Ghana for you know who the all majority. Yeah, the Kakama Wango majority. Or also so the Ahomaso Beshakon. Say yes, you make car. Tonight be our Isabet now. Oh, your man penny, your mamma Becano, and no credit, and yan no credit. Now, fair no so quack or chicken, and some be na day. Abba. Assembly United Yawa. Assembly United Yawa say, your best sempany for Yanada. Obia remain calm. Say, I say, referee no name, electoral commission dia. Your man me bonny whistle. Onya bonny whistle. Onyanka de wanwi abano. Mejidi se manwi say, no obia ntimi enji same shebre obia ntimi chinchim no. Nentinka Kojo upon Kroma so buy no a na nko no so abegina ho Ghana me catch them yeso so ye ne wa bam wa osu be say yes you be say and I won hunu kasa ya na NDC for APA free heba na MPP APA free heba ana no do oba kan nwumre no amra press conference ba ko course wa any 20 minutes. And nipa miensa hwere wo monka. Because you catch them so mumpie no me day. Omonko gu collation center. Me gidi say baby a yedru no. Ghana fo nyina ye krado say ye twen electoral commission. Commission ne ba no be kase. We na nwia. Ye won hye bebre ho a won tiase a betu ho anamo. I think 2012 there was a way Ghana for fast for. Though we spent almost about 8 months in electoral petition at the Supreme Court, yet Ghana became victorious. Emma, the whole world, say, after 8 years down the lane, this is not a time at Ghana for. You remember anything? And the beacon of democracy and Africa, you remember Nashri. If anybody tells you come out, ask yourself, Mikoi, maybe back. Because Misumi Jidi said, and ya they are buying so better now. I'm the peace we've enjoyed. Nipa bakumi nubi. Kasa eno amune ye mema I say it must be bia to remain calm. Na yenya botre na yentwen electoral commission. Me jina afidie susuma say ma me Jane mensa ne dom. So me sre wo mo ada. Ade bia o mo ye no soso no. O mo so mo o mo ho so. Na akokodro o mo nya ya even in the midst of COVID. O mo si jina ye ma ye twiro ye din. Ye nwo. Na omo ahame ya to abakama no mo anu mu asem. You see, you'll be judged by what you say or by your own words. Nobody told the electoral commission to come and tell us say within 24 hours or the within 24-hour range on Baba Ede. Now human so be akon one more ne kai Tina Ghana for emra eti say no num on Baba one more eba bono. People were clapping for them, say, hey, Crawford say, only for us to be told, say, yeah, delay kakrana, I think. That time, you know, Munim Somber project. Should it take a serious to come and warn them, say, Moon project certain figures at your site, then Crawford one son of my. That's what we are to have not even checked it.
Yeah, because the last time I checked, maybe any honor, but let's see. Mustafa Hamid, a former Minister of Information. And currently he's the Minister
Zongo
of
Development
and
Zongo Development.
Or a statement. Let's see if he can help our discuss. A little mass. That is the heading. A little mathematics. Mahama claims his party has won 140 majority in parliament without providing any details. Now, let us interrogate this inaccurate statement by the former president. The NPP currently has 169 seats in parliament. Me sure say currently here or enya about but 2016 ebano parliament 160 seats in parliament and the NDC has 106. So for the NDC to get 140 seats, the NPP needs to lose 34 seats. Okay, 34 plus 106. That will give you 140. That's right. Okay. They need to snatch 34 seats from the NPP. Okay. In fact, to get the 140, the NDC does not only need to salvage 34 seats from the NPP, the NDC needs to ensure that they don't lose a single seat. We are following the mathematics. Okay.
Says yeah, be on interpreter. What should I say? Can you say be dry chemu?
Yeah.
Na MPP and I dom Kessie.
Yes.
Na womu nipa ohania dusiankro.
That's it. 169.
And NDC ewo ohaninsia. And a cabo man koya say ahanu ediosonu.
That's right.
Na say NDC kaso manya ohania aduanan a ne kire say ewo so omoje emma ana edwa mako aduasa 9 free MPP for ho
34 seats from the NPP.
Eno no ewo so omohwe say omoje no NPP ntimi nyi baako kra nti wo no omo lusu baako sei no manya aduasa 9 na free ho to aso.
Okay. Now, the NPP has lost 36 seats.
MPP ashre edwa mako ediasa ensia
36 seats.
What it means they say okay,
which brings them to 133.
There's a MPP about 133.
That's right. But they have also won some 16 seats from the NDC.
Okay. Eti NDC 106 no. O de 36 kekamwa. Ebe say 142.
Good.
And omunya 142 na MPP about 133. And MPP so age e mama akoma say edunsia. And to kote dunsia no free 142 no mebeka say.
That's right. And I'll say which leaves the NPP at 149. In other words, who they almost 16 no koka
133 no one omo call 149.
Yes. A clear majority in parliament. So if you hear them say they have won parliament or they have snatched seats or flipped seats, ask them how many did they snatch and how many did they lose.
Okay. Also say what is NDC kase ya flip away ya NDC ejema
so what is so enya majority na bi so nya do do say
asansia ade we me pa yenkomu ye oha diasanko aduosiankono.
You want us to do the mathematics?
Yes, yeah, you go.
Okay.
Oha diasankono
169
and oha ninsia
106 for
NDC.
Obi a wotie no sa 169 and 106 no a parliament aye guru na anim ye.
Enti sa na ema ye kwa kwato abansa na obi awo.
That's right.
And NDC bomb modern J mano aha Ediasansia
36 seats. According to Mustafa, MPP has lost
36. Yes,
they have lost 36,
and it's true. Usha Laina Omulusu 36.
Okay.
Faka Ahaninsiano.
What they can know 142.
And Tina Samrena Yatu Abani Yeno. Okay, Kabuma na NDC Omo. Ohani aduanan mienu enti yemfa ne say omunyan lusubi.
That's right.
Enti omo ye majority ana
MPP
ye ko omo ko say MPP for so age ema no dunsia every aye NDC for ho.
Okay.
Enti wo hwemu a wo monya ohani aduanan mienu no NDC for come your majority but almost all lusu dunsia.
That's right.
It was ye a money be free NDC ho
142 no 142 no
ede comma
yes it is 16 free so
what is 16 free so I can say
126
na ND what comma MPP ana I say
what the dunsia no koka MPP for the no na 149.
Okay,
so assistance now per mathematics and Mustafa Ahmed you know opeso chere say NDC were 126 and MPP has 149.
Okay,
that's right.
Sano no ede abetuja
126
entino electoral commission ashase washase o oya de bi wa na chese ya no be konde ne minua ye bebre
o ma sha say de bi gugu
awon di gu hopa
on after see dun ketia
Bodiga Tanga Dominic Akuritinga Oma confirm no NDC Busa North James Agalga NDC Enti Abanga Budul Abdullahi Binduri MPP Pusiga Ladi Aya Yamba NDC Boko Central Ayerga Mahama NDC Garu Alal Zurga Albert Akuka NDC Nabdam Market Nawawi NDC Samson Tangumba Chirajia NDC Chiana Paga Thomas Ade Dalu Busa South Clement Apak Chese Womo Ashase Edi Gugu we know the akoma the contention no because akojina parliamentary nintino womo astarte the parliamentary seats no ede Abetifi Brian Champon Lower Menya Krobo Ebenezer Oklete Telabi and Akim Swedro or second Dinyakon Abna Asare Tiwa East in Praeso Davis Opoku and San Omo Edge Ebuakwa North Gifty Chuman Pofu Akwetia Henry Yadomboachi Akim Odan Alexander Akwesia Kwa or say John Frimpon Brim Achiansi Kofia in Krama for MPP Ekropon MPP Kuyapim South MPP New Jabin North MPP Sujaman NDC Ena Jesse Egusu na Ebasa Suhum Koja Sante Abetif and to win him Sesiano.
My Ubakaya, after a Sedun Ketia press conference, I indicated here, say, I think he made a point. If I late there, and the M1 say, parties in J, is in Shishena, or the two who first, editum, say, yebe from the polling station, Yebeko constituency, now ya quality or the various regions, now regions, no so quality, no, or sending the final results, no. On the presidential no the ama EC no our headquarters so presidential no the returning officer no the EC boss no and of course at the constituency level the EC no be declare the winner of the parliamentary candidates. But I was thinking that indeed even those results no can say the official one or EC site are people within Ghana, outside Ghana, many polling stations, able to mean so to say where they are credible. But I say Ghana mindful, and they only had to depend on the media, our call a center. Otherwise, you won't get a resource and I say figures are say authentic.
Yeah,
but I'm not too sure with the current publications of these results, no. But are they waiting for when?
Me who say bia almost we be go but Franco minim pass easy as we sit here now. So the results are ready. And can no can chase or be declare. Because only polling station results no. Pink sheets no. Bibia was so.
Yeah.
And no na ye kikani nyina bom presidential Ghana nyina. For parliamentary constituency bako ebia 90 polling stations, about 200 polling stations e we say ni akika bom. Enti easy official bia o polling station no. Okikani nyina bom wo ho a Omama omo mfidia omo scanning send the electoral commission peninwa a call headquarters.
I'm say akrasi anya bebre or platforms no so.
You better be trying to say omo wi a party no scanning the omo coalition center no either constituency or national no na electoral commission so genede it's 38,000 or 38,000 or over pink sheets are a call no each police station no meme there minim say easy or winning jidada.
I even think that the political parties also have it.
Yes, you see that is why it is quite unfortunate say any political party cannot say this time around say onim figure wanya, because every pink sheet is signed by every party agent and all police station. Franco, are you getting me? So, I is certified by the electoral officer. Uko police station be am ratch say fabo. Omo kan ba ni wie ya na dia boda ho. You see am no ka say baby out to aba be konebo. Illegal so obi kwa de sabeka. Bibia di adanse ye say obia figure wanya onim. Aba no wanwia onim. Walusu a onim. Abo say after 24 hours and about 8 more hours or 5 o'clock na 24 hours.
It's about 9:30.
What did I come where say?
About 28 hours 30 minutes.
And a political party is telling me say or telling us say onim the position obianim.
No positions no more actually.
Me say obianim. So who is lying to us? They know the parliamentary seats they have chalked. Unless per their calculation they had it wrong. Obianim. Osha Mustafa there, unless say ebia Mustafa 16 seats now omoye no. Are contentious to say ebia the NDC thinks say and yet true. Even if NPP won 10 seats from NDC. What it means is that NPP will have 143.
Yeah.
If it's not even 16, now a 10 poor, they have 143, which is in a majority.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether say ABR, the party, ABR NDC, I'm former general seats almost well loose no, but no calculate. They should look at it well. Because who should na obi GB free obi ho and obi susu GB free obi ho.
Is the one interesting thing is that obiji 1 seat free ho a 2 because he reduce the other one near the 1
abe Canadian
so the moment obi beji 2 seats every one odi esuti 2 no there no increase by 2 okay and Mustafa Hamid calculations I'm not going into specific figures, but it's an analysis you would want to do because your fans when you're 36 seats are Ulusu saying.
So I know that make us say,
yeah.
Say when you're 36 seats, can count 106 one, 142, maybe.
Sure.
It means say one Lusubia, yo, say what's one Lusubidia, and you're over 142. Unless NDC lose 2 pe. So we lose 2 pe there and you're 140 near correct. But what the mechano? But say MPP. The omode to abonte so almost so edge 16 seats free or mohono. Say if it is anything to go by there. And then I say 142 no. What is 16 free more? Eka say
129.
Now 16 now will tear free muno so no will tear free mu the akeka MPP for go. Et the best parties no they should go back to the boardroom and do their calculations well. Because per what the NDC has given out on my parent your mama when you 140 seats no. It means say omo nya 34 seats more. Meboa.
Yeah.
Without losing any seat. Because I cry in himself Lucy. Meboa.
Sure.
And they lost Mutawakilu.
Oh yeah,
and there are other places are MPP Suso J.
Oh yeah, seats now NDC Lucy no Dawson. Waka Hoho Diano, and of course Mutawakiru Diano. I think you can even talk about Kintampo South.
Okay.
Also NDC Eluzie and Pru West. So MPPG and of course Sojaman.
Now F5.
And so MPPG Upper West Akim.
At Upper West Akim. Now you're more there.
Yeah.
I ain't seen.
Amasaman.
And so.
Then Kraga in the northern region.
And watch it.
In fact, northern Omusaji, a friend Moine.
Moine. And Chrome.
Then Uko PM or not on man Susua. Tatale Sanguli.
Edu.
Tolong and Zabzulugu.
Dubako.
Then I also have Wale.
Dumienu.
Daboya Makarugu
Dumiensa
Damango
Dum and 9
Salaga
Dunum
and Benduri
Edunsia Enti Adia Bakwa Ebia Aya Nifaswo Yabas Sempeni for no entrance in Omunian Shimuni. Because Temio Franco MPP agiatum say almost shre emma eduasansia
your ho so in terms of accounting either say they also lost one to the independent maybe that could be
okay fancy what if fancy independent back one am you kra if so munya adunai
yeah
wonya aduanan mienu no ono so nya waji dunai free ho eti oti do 9 free or had your name you know what the akase
From 106 to 106 to 140, wow. 34.
That's what I'm saying, say. I'm saying.
And to say, even if you lose that 16, a chance say, Sansana Benya 140, next one loses 16. A chance say 34 plus 15.
Don't go there. Hold on, let's do this thing. 106, no. To 16 in free.
Naka 90.
Never 34 on the count.
No, the 34 Karanaka acquire 124.
Yes! And I am say, and this in T, since no man lose free or mudi.
And I make us the other alternative where they will call 114 and then say, I just say, so I loses 16 now. Uti free 106 in my Becca 90. And two here 50. And the chance they have snatched 50.
But they
lost 16.
But they,
if they are
the press conference said they have snatched almost about 36 seats.
Yeah.
Unless NDC says they have snatched 50 seats.
Okay. But let's move on. The government of Ghana is not happy with the comments by the presidential candidates of NDC. Former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Adena MPP, NDC or contest. Na Ghana buying Ebuofu Anane Ninji and somewhere NDC for the other 2 days. Adena Anya MPP for Nebeka Sai, Nimum Ghana buying and Ekasa.
Sir, MPP for the Kasa. Na acquired to say, I have Chimamichi. The entire Kojo Pon Kromani Kasemo or Kasasa.
He laid so much emphasis on the fact that it's the government speaking, but not the party.
Kasana a free candidate Mahama Habano. It can mar the peace of the country. And it's the duty of the president or the government of Ghana to see to it that Ghana and Ghanaians live peacefully in our vicinities. But what's the matter? And some be a free Papa John Mahama enumu bano. Ono the office say enche na eje ebetimi de to trasem ene oye ne aba oman no na ye ono aban na said say obehwe say obia ene ya oye no ene obi kasa ene ne nhihye emma oman no asomdwe a because the man asomdwe no Franco menyo kasa ehye aban no nsa oman no ho bambo ehye aban no nsa enti obi ye bibia obekai the late Mills na me fan the currency ye the issue of fear and panic. It became something. Bibi Kakabi SOB is causing fear and panic. And Yabaina said this or she say, Emrabe Juma or Memu, and now Bebo Coco. Say, baby, I will on a hot through. A bit me more minor as ya penny.
In 10 people in a year, and Cabino, a baby bonococo.
And no near dear, you Musa say, Abino say, or catch the Ghana for you now say. Asama o mampeni dada jo mama be kan emtwa yie na ibusa say MPP abekasa na very good it is a bia MPP for be press conference o mo so threaten na aban no ye din a ho no na yesusu ehu din tie ho se ka kira aban ni say adan na de ofri wudie mu ba yeso be kan ne ma bi emfata de waye din as of now yenti bibia sem free MPP for us here. Okay. And today, bit my can say, dear, a free of Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Horbanoni. Still on calculations now. Me say, NDC Amanyoko about Muni, no. Omodi count with the way, no. Omonte, dear, ya Jeffrey or Mohon free. That's what they make count, Massey. Unless
mathematically understand you, but a broom imagination say
a
big party like NDC will have this oversight.
Unless all the 16 seats now NPP are alleged say Omanjeno is in dispute. NDC nyintum say omaje.
But the candidates in the been so accept defeat.
The person say unless say NDC catch the Ghana for say seats maku dunsiana NDP for so omaje free hono. Omubwa. If that is the case, then we can have another narrative. But say no crasa omaje say seat in dia. And your message this is so Monsanko back to the drawing board. Now Omunkosha say no more hanisia. And people say omaje e mano maku dunsia frim. Enti aka ediokron. Na ka ediokron no omantra wa. Omo bo modern eji aduasansia and a free MPP for her. And to the aduasansia no keka ho na just omo ahane aduonu nsia. Because if it is confirmed by the Electoral Commission, say and mama kumaku dunsia na yampa say MPP aji every NDC for her. Yami animni NDC ebeye me wan kakra.
If it is confirmed, say MPP Ajimano parliamentary seats no ma.
Edunsia enso free MPP NDC for what? Not just NDC amfa emana. Ya jifri omo no muntin free mu.
Ebi so omo tie free ba omo any be 50.
Very good. I am pass omo any 50 ana. O share mo results e be gu ho no. Ni any dey ye share ye no. NDC I mean mano 50. Debbie.
Mamenji Dani comment kakra. But me pa ho abibisa Mr. Honorable Kojo upon Nkrumah, the Minister of Information, say Opening John Dramani Mahama to anwegu Ghana fueni because Article 63 Clause 3 no chere mpefe ekwaye fasukazi obi na win election.
I know a quick one before you go. Onim Ghana sani osikae no emra no ase so bi be ye mampani a ye to aba onya ohamu abupen aduonum ene ababa akope
na chese
enya percentage o onya 50 ni wie na nipa ba akope ka ho toma wa wanwi.
You only need 50% plus one vote. As a Chinese say vote na ebe kan na ya gia tum sa ba we de ho ye frenchim funso bi ani wono ye bum mienu pepe pa se unya baako na ye kura no say
nipa baako sa toma
to count. In other words, you need majority.
Enti say one region ebema 50% plus one a wanwi here 10 here 15 obi betime nya 12 regions. There will be a 4. Now, I can understand our Peri John Domani Mahama say if he says so when me and cry votes no dos. But there be a bit man we cry. Then so now only Nanso so or no mupe crown sa. Maybe or no stronghold because when you come to Ashanti region, the figure is
no. There's even Accra. No, you may win the seat, but it depends on the constituency. Constituencies need be SOCB. So imagine that you win in a constituency be 100,000.
He was even talking about regions.
Yeah, but let's say you win in a constituency a 100,000. Now will be a winning in a constituency a be 150,000. What you say? In the end, no, it be our number of seats. It will greater Accra between a dozen. By a cap vote to Nina Bomua. So we need constituencies a kese na. Bonse na in terms of numbers, you know, it does not necessarily say.
So the conclusion is that the number of seats you win, the number of regions you win, do not necessarily
popular votes
makes you a winner of our election.
Because
electoral college.
A place like Domi Kwabenya,
huge population.
It be 57,000 votes. Now Obaku baby. Nebia
1,000 vote difference, 2,000 vote
2,000 votes different, 3,000 vote difference. Now also so one me ebi anketenkete no bebre. Ebi obetmenya 51.12. No so enya 49 point something. Very close. One win there, but eben. Oba Ashanti regional, the votes I'm told is about 76 point something as against 21. 2016 Omampedi Jomamenya 23%. This time 21%.
Not just a percentage in this what.
Very good. The issue is this. Most of the seats in Onsoswa NDC edgy free MPP hono. MPP hono. Ebi wo hono mo a skirt and blouse.
Okay.
Eya come here say almost half.
I'm a classical example here when she did.
Akwatia. Ko in Kranza North and in Kranza South no kofe.
MP no parliamentary candidates for NPP will lose, but then
presidential will win.
Presidential no Nanado Dankwa Binya more as in
Cape Coast South.
But often there could also be seats MPP so edgy free NDC wa ebia even though NDC candidates in lose here. But the be another hammer.
And so the analysis is that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the number
because we na me try cross me bibisa. You add up the parliamentary seats, no votes no munya any nyina boma. You may be winning more seats, but not in terms of
presidential.
Not necessarily.
Because so Van say why we need 10 seats. Why we need 10 seats? Not 10 seats, no. Onya parliamentary na presidential no wo opponent no na winning here into a skirt and blouse but figures no so
okay
be quite yaw but all to the mature and until na doc I don't know near calculations will be to here Mustafa Eddie you be betum for all of us to digress say 106 169 or say NDC per their calculation add 36 seats never and a few and to the keka 106 no one omo ekuta 142 and almost add 16 a few omo
MPP add 16 a free NDC
them say baby a contention abas say utieti mo I'm reading from social media and they say ayako say NDC for no ni say MPPG 16 seats.
Okay, Omoje say.
I don't know the specific. They are unable to really come
out. Because what they have said.
But
doctor, so Omoje 10 cry.
You're right.
Omoje 10 cry.
It will be
142 no.
It will be 26.
Maybe what they Omanya 142 and Omaje 10. The 10 if you maybe can say
132.
Are you in the majority? Yeah. No.
All right.
So the issues are there.
Me fee say electoral commission MYN na on to be my
before I go baby.
Electoral commission no ewo issues kakra with regions na na say kwa akra no. Maybe I may gather information. Ashanti region crime say enwumria no mawie. Collating now collation as then
because there were a lot of contention.
Yeah, omo ye no. Omo ke kan numbers no but who say easy method ne say omo J region by region.
Yeah.
So MPP is getting up think 1.7 thereabout.
1.7 million.
Yeah. NDC about 600,000 thereabout. And then the other figures put together. Into a banesana a core Accra the EC would not have because in penny for power and I war regional coalition centers.
And if the MDC get about 600 and the almost percentage never cost Rokakra. So about 23 or 24.
Yeah. So say banesanwa in penny for ne war if you almost war Hanomona Shimusa no Munyane Sane. What it means is that it could do a crowd EC no. Okay, figures no na bomu keke because
me to say ya all the political parties no enye nkwada o mumfin susa
no
mudi akwa gina regional coalition center
me form kakra
e bia MPP penye odi mu pa o ni dano so mo gini di ene wo regional coalition center penye o mo gini di pa
enye ni pa ba ko
se ofa NDC so a e bia penfo mo gi o mo di o mo nim so mo kontaka o mo ni da ho na bia odi na kobo no or do we are and we are saying that people they trust and award the various regional coalition centers.
Because if what I'm hearing, no, minyanya percentage, then it means that they would have crossed the 25% mark now and almost crossing the NDC. If it is 600, because if
then we are not too sure, let us really be
I am even trying to say something.
But now come say you call this way. Could you upon chroma can be say presidential candidates in sign peace park asumdwe apam a obi ade ne nsasha asie na omo okenkan peace park no masensan na cheze obi na obeye bibi a ede basabasayo ebeba ensam na ebibri no bobo so masan peace park nti yebu mikoma na bibi ho ani kwanse me de betudwa na say ni opanyin kekan yi eye de ebetumi de basabasayo abana
Nero enye tembia na obi bowa e kire se no obo se wo obo we proud etoda obi tumi bo ododo odode
odobo
odini sa tumi bo
election odobo ni mo
meba me cast match
say friend intentem
say
insani si ne
ya grow or the ball na nti enye bobia na ye se odi proud ni am pese me kire ni say the way we see cancel contest out the cancel enti na obi tumi cancel bi kire otumi so wadi watem but ya grow ena nanim no ode be cancel no eno nso betumi a kire wo say nipa na ide na ni abre posture ene ade enti no I think it has to do with the posture any tonation voice no se na esiko ene se na nipa na si cancel no we nim say what in the amepa kire ya ma men kan say meba statistics are more nyina I think that statistics at the moment is being skewed for a certain purpose. What you say? Ye ni say and continuously no ubia or baby offer because the MPP is talking more about because generally no ya na MPP DNA benina but this particular one was government not MPP. Honorable Ponkruma was speaking as Minister
of Information.
Yes,
he's not specifically indicated.
Yes, not
Ghana buying.
Say MPP na kasa. Me sure Sanka would have seen a different voice from the party communication. And the way you buy President Nana Akufo-Addo, ono na e also say security. Ye home bambo no ebeko nanim e na wo hwe say nsem bi ekoso no ebetumi di dede kakraba because our cast supporters emra bonten no mo ba na other supporters no so emusu declare say ne yenso ye kwa bonten a there will be clashes. So enti edi ewom ne de me de da no mo sign no me ka say ne omo sign ni nyina paper so asem na emum no enipa no esuban attitude no very important. Say una mabonten a use me pie kakra figures are being thrown here and there of our website where esesa wa kakra na esesa wa kakra, but the truth of the matter is that is the EC that has the final figure. Is the EC. I am still waiting for some figures from the regions. Send EC corner, ye calls ni be any team, send a new call. In fact, I am praying, me bomb pa. Sanka, if free Sabria copimse anopano, Nanka is a declare resource no. Because the more air channel, not the more press conferences be a tisenia attitude eba, then a heightened the tension kakra people are anxious, anxiety no dawson ayam hihie no dawson, a whole lot of things. Self abontin ekromu ayedin is all over the place. Etino no kra woman say isi no etu make kan nyoma boom the amatene say omo twintwen omo pink sheets, you know, they are different pink sheets, you know. I don't know whether this year it was pink, but whatever color it
call
was,
it pink sheet.
Whatever color it was, you know. Sa nyayede collation so from polling stations, you know. They need to gather them for the sake of future evidence in order to declare. Eti yehwe is synonym. On my initially no, na the projection. 24 hours will be to me. But we are saying, and yet, Tembia, no, the Obe planning to me a Bemusa. I'm saying other issues, Bem, which is a toy after the election, it be went to me and kind with the rentum and all that. A idea back when Nina Abeka Humbiama, Yedru Baby Yedruno. At this point in time, near parties Nina between me a boy, especially with the opposition. So when you are in government, you could be accused, say you are using soldiers, you are using whatever, but when you opposition a kasano say kɔ fam kakra ɛyɛ ade betumi aboa nti deɛ bɛsrɛ ne sɛ tonation the way posture any enyoma or defa so press conferences no how frequent they are and I mean medical can say sometimes when you are losing you manage your defeat, sometimes when you are winning you also manage it. It's a bar me I'm a no and I make sure what are they trying to do, are they setting the platform for something they want to do after declaration whatever mean to me who they obi there but me empire me born and a dripa and say ade bechia no pano ade bɛkyia no pa no nanka isi no atumi ade nnwoma nyina collation ni bibia se ekoso bi atumi akoso awie nanka declaration aba migi ye se declaration ba ye nyina ye ho beto ye.
All right, and we are Dr. Daniel Osu Ansa. Doc, can you ask no then out there?
Me Department of History and Political Studies.
Wow. Eh du media yedi unazu nisi. History and political studies. Not as a man yourself, any abacosem. And a macabum.
You know, the same place. You say, not we so we infant, now we so we infant cacra. Bako ya bako inuya, and say, a yin I bomo.